ROdgers says BS to the reports he doesn't want to play with the Jets. Well, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to another New York Jets video. I am GreenBean. Happy that you're here. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Stay grateful. Remember, man, there's lights, there's water, there's food, there's internet. If you're watching this, you likely have a computer or a phone, right? Tell you, the pharaohs, the great pharaohs of Egypt, never had air conditioning. They didn't have a cell phone. They'd love to watch GreenBean videos on YouTube. Imagine if you showed a Pharaoh Ramses, you gave him a cell phone for 20 minutes. You know what he'd be doing? He'd be stuck in Instagram, on YouTube, watching shorts. That's what he'd be doing. But, so hey, we got a lot to be grateful for, man. You know, I'm grateful for you guys. That's the truth. I'm not so grateful for the Jets and that I'm stuck in this abyss. But again, weigh it out. Where are the Jets on my scale? Today's a day I will focus on the good shit and be grateful, man. I hope you're having a great day, weekend with your loved ones, whoever they may be. I'm grateful for you. So, guys, we got a lot to discuss here in this video. Look, it never stops with the New York Jets, and a lot of that is just the fact that we're drama magnets. We're the lightning rod, right? So everybody's like, my views are down. Let me say, I heard a report, Aaron Rodgers, blah, 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 and it was like, blah! And their views go boop on the, I'm doing like a graph, boop. They go, whoop! Oh my God, I got 6 million extra. I got a 600% increase in 14 minutes after posting that Jets. That's what happens. Not to say some of the stuff isn't true, but man, oh man, do we get kind of tossed around, and we have to deal with both sides, whether our quarterback's running for president or our quarterback's getting his jaw broken in the locker room, or somebody's looking at feet. And this guy is sending naked pictures to a staffer. It's just it never stops. Today we have a lot to get into with Aaron Rodgers. Before we do, I know you've already noticed. I know it. Because I don't always look like this. But I love this shirt, man. I'm going to talk to you guys about our friends at Chubby's. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Now it's getting into the fall, the winter. They have a whole different line that I'm going to tell you about. This thing is this is the most comfortable flannel I've ever had. But look at this. It's stretchy. It's the softest thing ever. The pants the same way. You know, like I tell my son all the time, he's leaving the house and he's wearing sweatpants. He's going to work in sweatpants. I'm like, you can't wear sweatpants. Oh, we're comfortable. That's what he's 16 years old. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be comfortable. Well, the Chubby's pants feel like sweatpants, but they're dress pants. They're slacks. It's the most amazing thing in the world. And I'm going to tell you how to get 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code GreenBean. If you're tired of the same old boring outerwear, from eye-catching quarter zips to quilted vests and everything in between, check out their website for the best deals of the year. For a limited time, they're offering GreenBean viewers 20% off. All you got to do is go to chubbyshorts.com and use the promo code GreenBean. And I want to thank the amazing Chubbies for sponsoring this video. Guys, Aaron Rodgers, man. The story that just keeps on going, right? The gift that keeps on giving, as they say. So we hear Aaron Rodgers has said that he doesn't want to play for the Jets. He wants to play in 25, but not for the Jets. Now, it would fall into line. It makes sense. We fire Robert Saleh. We demote his best buddy in Nathaniel Hackett. We then fire Joe Douglas. Woody lands in a helicopter. Joe looks over at some coaches and says, hey, man, if this is me getting fired, it's been a pleasure. And then they go, Joe, you want to come here, I want to chat with you for a second. And then he's gone. So it would make sense. Like, hey, man, I don't want to live in this environment. This is not what I signed up for. It makes sense. But Aaron Rodgers was on the McAfee show this week, and he said something very, very interesting, which we'll take a look at right now.
I haven't told anybody in my life that I want to play in 2025 and not in the Jets. So that's 100% false.
100% false.
I said the opposite. You know, I said that I'm going to wait and see what happens with at the end of the season, and if they want me back, and what happens with Brick, and what happens with the offensive staff, and obviously the GM at the time, and then they just fired Joe. There's a lot of things out of my control when it comes to that. But I've really enjoyed my time in New York. I mean, obviously we haven't had the success that we've all wanted to have.
Nope.
But I've made some great friendships on the team.
That's
enjoyed
nice.
living in Jersey. I've enjoyed time in the city. I've enjoyed getting to know the fans.
Thank you.
And I came here to win here. So I'm not jumping off ship, like, oh, I definitely want to play and not in New York. Like, I don't even know if I want to play yet, but New York would be my first option.
So the two key points there. One is I haven't told anybody in my life. Matter of fact, I've said the opposite. So he has said the opposite in like impressors and things like that. He has. Right? We know that. Now, we don't know what he's saying behind the scenes. But, if you take it at face value, I haven't told anybody in my life anything of the sort. And then at the end, when he goes, yeah, like I've said, I definitely want to play it, but I don't want to play for the Jets, to somebody. And now, even if he said that in a moment of angst, he would say something like that to somebody that's not an inner circle confidant that would go to Diana Rossini or Zach Rosenblatt and tell them. It doesn't make sense. It's similar to remember, like, there's a lot of tidbits, and some's true and some's not, and they kind of fold it all together, and they go, oh, well, at least half the article was true. These are what my sources are saying. It's like the Robert Saleh told everybody he was gonna take their cell phones to see who the leaks were. He's going to lock a bunch of grown men in the office. And you know how big and strong Saleh is, and he brings Ulbricht, and he gets a couple players, the Quinnans, maybe some undrafted free agents that want to look good for the coaches. He grabs Eric Watts. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's leaving this fucking... Like, I don't know, man. It's like some of the stuff, it doesn't feel right. And again, when you react right away, which we do, we talk about this stuff every day. We go, hey, how do we feel if this is true? How do we feel if that's true? You let it settle. It's like you let the dust settle. And then you go through the days and you go, that kind of sounds fucking crazy. And then the interesting thing with ROd is that he's on a TV every week. So he says in a different environment, not with 100 reporters around him in on a podium. He gets to talk to his friends and he goes, guys, like, does this sound real to you? So it's interesting. Now, we don't know what it's going to be. We have 6 games left. We're playing the Seahawks, Sunday. And if the Jets beat them, it's gonna bolster the idea that maybe, just maybe, we can run the table. We did take Buffalo to the wire. We did these things. We should have won 3, maybe 4 other games. Took 1-score games, missed field goals, things like that we lost behind. Maybe, just maybe, the horses are here, man. The horses are here. So I don't know. If they do run, and even if you win 5 out of 6 and you don't make the playoffs, but it's like that, that it took the team time to get settled. The offensive staff is obviously lacking. You bring in Shanahan when he gets fired from the Niners. I mean, I don't know. Somebody that's worth a shit for the offense, and you go, hey, we're going to draft a guy or whatever. We have Jordan Travis. We have Tyrod Till. We're going to run it back with these guys, and we're going to see how Jordan Travis is. And if we suck, the next year we'll draft a quarter. Whatever it is, if you draft one, you get to sit him for a year. Whatever the plan is, you're going to need this next year as kind of a transitional year. It'll be a first year with a new regime and all that kind of stuff. You're not going to be bringing in, unless you lose out, you're not going to be bringing in a first overall pick level quarterback or something like that. So you're going to need to transition anyway. So if Aaron Rodgers looks good and the team looks like it's finally coming out of their shells, so to speak, then maybe, just maybe, that is what you do. And you run it back with them and you go, hey, let's see what we got here. We got a lot of team. We got a lot of players, man. So I don't know. It's interesting. But Aaron Rodgers disputing the report. Interesting stuff. You liars! You bunch of liars! You should write up a defamation suit. You know what I mean? Why not? Sue them if it's true. That's what I'd do. I'd sue them. Sue the pants off them. Speaking of pants, don't forget about the amazing offer from Chubbies. Great stuff. Truly, you're going to love it. 20% off at chubbyshorts.com just by using the promo code GreenBean at checkout. Guys, thank you for watching the video. Have a fantastic holiday weekend. And as always, go Jets.